I often find there's interesting themes that come up when I'm coaching my one-to-one clients, and it also filters into my groups. And whenever I see these repetitive patterns, I love to share it on my social media or to jump on and record a podcast or a video like this. So today's topic is about contemplating failure. Now, a little while back, I did another podcast called Fear of Failure and Fear of Success. And I feel like that would be a really good one to tune into, as well as today's on contemplating failure. Failure is one of these words that I once saw a psychic about, and I would often question myself, what if this thing is the thing that's going to fail? And actually, if I look at my past evidence, I don't know if it's actually that I'm optimistic, is that I've never actually had anything fail, even though it's a fear that comes up. And she poo-pooed me and said, that word should not be in your vocabulary. Don't give it any energy. However, it's come up in conversations with clients recently and groups, and I wanted to share my views on failure. So there are some personality types out there who are very trial and error, who really embrace failure. And if you talk to a lot of people about success, it has come with some degree of pain, it has come with failure, and it has come with challenges. And I believe it's the ability to be able to move through it and really stay in line with creating your vision. Life of flow, a life full of desire and vision, is not without its challenges. And so contemplating failure came up because I actually think it's a really valuable thing to embrace, because the fear of failing is usually the thing that stops someone even giving it a go. The fear of failing, the thought of failing, is the thing that usually stops someone from even giving the thing a go. But if we actually contemplate what failure looks like, and I'll come up with some examples for you, if we contemplate what failure looks like, and if we could actually accept and know that we'll be okay if the thing actually came to fruition, then all of a sudden it doesn't feel so bad. Because if this happened, it wouldn't be so bad. And could I forge the pathway to what I see as success? Okay, so another sort of example on this is there might be someone who's forging their pathway to their success, their desire, whatever it might be. So it could be a business idea, it could be a relationship. So they're already forging the pathway, they're already in it, they're already giving it a go, but they're actually not tapping into their full potentiality, the fullest possibility of how this amazing life, amazing job, business, relationship could look, because the fear of failure is actually holding them back. So something that I've been working on with my clients recently is, how about you contemplate failure? i.e., for example, okay, I want to put myself out there as the artist, as the coach, as the practitioner. I want to run my own business. But if this business idea doesn't succeed, I don't earn enough money. Failure to me, this is what I've heard people say, failure to me is going to be a job. I don't want to get a job. Now, I will often share with them is that if it came to it, I would go back and be an osteopath. I wouldn't mind working in a supermarket. I wouldn't mind being a gardener or a cleaner. If I had to, I know that I would be able to do it. And I also find working in different jobs historically has been really interesting being on the other side, particularly in retail and in customer service. So I actually would happily get a job if that's what it came to. And I feel like because I have contemplated that, what others would see as failure, I wouldn't see it as failure. I'd see it as a choice. But because I'm willing to go there, it's not the place that I have to go. And because I don't believe that it has to come to fruition, but if it did, I would have no shame in that. I can just keep forging ahead with these big dreams, big desires that I have for my life and my business. So some people have so much shame around, well, I've put myself out there for this business and I'm going to go into massive amounts of debt and I'm going to appear as if it's successful. But of course, when our financial needs aren't met, the modern day sense of survival kicks in. And when things come from a place of need, and when you're running a desire-led business, a passion business, the two and two don't go together. When you have to make money from your desire, from your passion, the two and two do not go very well together. Okay, that's kind of going into another topic. So let me come back to contemplating failure. So what often happens is this person has quit their job and they've gone and put themselves out there and they're creating this business. And there would be so much shame for them in their own mind, in the way that they put pressure on themselves to go and get a job. But what I've been getting people to go into is, well, what if that's a possibility? And can you actually start taking the steps to looking for a job? Because the thought of it and the action of actually creating that pathway is very different. And sure enough, I have found that, for example, when they contemplate getting a job, rather than resisting it and telling me, no, there is no way I'm going to get a job, then all of a sudden their business starts to thrive. So I see everything as connected. I can use many examples. I work with a lot of people who have got a cancer diagnosis or been through that, a lot of people on a fertility journey, autoimmune conditions. Now, it has been really surprising to me, and now I deeply trust the release process that I facilitate with people amongst many of the other aspects of coaching that I deliver. But I do say to them, I know it's possible to heal, but that's not what I'm promising. I'm not going to give you that guarantee, because sometimes it is about, for some people, living with that condition. Now, I am totally and absolutely open to the possibility, the potential that you will heal, that you will recover. And I know that's not stuff that we're really allowed to talk about. In the big wide world, it kind of gets shut down by social media because apparently it gives people false hope. But I have seen it happen over and over again. But I want people to contemplate that you may be living with this condition. And it's not that you live life when you're healed of this condition. You live life despite this condition, despite this disease state. And what if you had to live with it? And so that brings me to, when someone is pretty much in refusal to live with the thing, that tells me they're not going to accept, they're not going to surrender, and that my work is not for them. So I did a personality profile, Sally Hogshead, How to Fascinate personality profile many, many years ago, and I came up as a diplomat. And now it makes sense because I look at both sides. I look at the light, I look at the dark, I look at the positive, the negative, the highs, the lows, and I contemplate failure, but I also look at success. So this was an interesting topic that came up a handful of weeks ago that I've been wanting to speak about for a while. And hopefully it gives you another and a more positive spin on failure and actually what can happen when you contemplate failure. And I feel like when you can go and deeply accept that possibility, then it's even less likely that it's going to happen. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you've gotten something out of this episode, feel free to contact me. Instagram, The Art of Listening to Your Body, is where I'm most active, and I would always love to hear from you.